Welcome to the day 7 video. I'm going to have you pause the video, see if you can work out this warm-up, graph this line, and unpause and see how you did. So for this one, the way it's given, you could try to use your x and y intercepts, but since we have that 1/3 in front of y, and this coordinate plane is labeled out by each box by 1, that's not going to work so well. So I want to get this to slope-intercept form. So to do that, I'm going to start by subtracting 2x from both sides. Then I'm going to multiply both sides by 3, and I got to make sure that I'm distributing on this right side to get negative 6x plus 3. So it tells me that my y-intercept is at 0, 3. I'm going to go down 6, right 1. Down 6, right 1. Or I could have gone up 6, left 1. I'm only going to be able to get 4 dots on this graph because of how steep that slope is. Connect the dots, draw my arrows. So today we're going to start talking about something called point-slope form. This is going to be a formula that you can use to help find equations of lines. So I'm going to use point-slope form and slope-intercept form both to show that you can use either one to find the equation of a line. Point-slope form is just a little bit shorter if you can remember it. On some problems, sometimes it's a little bit longer. It kind of all depends. So we want to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So we know we need y equals mx plus b. I'm going to use point-slope form first because I'm given both a point and the slope. So the point-slope form helps you put the things in the right spot. Is y minus y1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x1. Y and x are just y and x. The other parts come from our given information here. So our y1 value is 2, our m value is 2, and our x1 value is 1. Now we just solve this thing for y and we're good. So distribute. Add 2 to both sides, I've got y equals 2x. If I wanted to do this same problem with slope-intercept form from the get-go, I can, except for I have to replace each of those 3 things, and I don't know what b is. So my y value is still 2, my m was 2, my x was 1, plus b. Now I need to solve for b. Well, that's 2 equals 2 plus b. Subtract 2 from both sides, 0 equals b. Now I need to take this answer and plug it back into the original thing. I need to put the given slope in for m, and then I have y and x. Okay, m was still 2, and then plus 0, which you can leave as just y equals 2x. In this problem, they're about the same amount of work because of what b ended up being. Sometimes this one is going to be faster using point-slope form. If I give you point-slope, a point and the slope, that's usually when that one's going to be the fastest. Slope-intercept form works perfectly fine. You just have to make sure you remember that, okay, you solved for b. Now you've got to go back and plug that thing in. That's a mistake that a lot of students end up making. So again, I'm going to do both ways throughout pretty much all of these. So I've got y minus y1 is 3. My m is negative 1. X minus negative 4. You could have written this as, oops, got ahead of myself there a little bit. Negative 1 times x plus 4. When you distribute that negative 1, you get minus x minus 4, plus 3 to both sides. And there we go. We solve for y and you're done. If I'm using y equals mx plus b slope-intercept form, I'm going to plug in 3 for y, negative 1 for m, negative 4 for x, plus b. 3 equals positive 4 plus b. Subtract 4 from both sides. So y equals negative 1, x minus 1. Again, same answer. Either one works perfectly fine. I'm not really expecting you to 100% have to know both. Know how to graph a line. If I give you a slope and a point, you got to be able to graph it. I don't really care which one you use. Now we're going to have a fractional slope this time. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Tells me that y minus 3 is equal to 1/4 times x minus 8. When I distribute, I get 1/4 x, which I'm going to write as x over 4, minus 1/4 times negative 8. Okay, that's going to be the negative 2. Add 3 to both sides. Y equals x over 4 plus 1. If I do this in slope-intercept form, I'm going to get 3 equals 1/4 times 8 plus b. 3 is equal to 2 plus b minus 2 minus 2. Y equals 1/4 x plus 1. These things are identical. I wrote one as x over 4 and the other one is 1/4 times x. They're the exact same thing, so those are the exact same answers. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So y minus 2 is equal to negative 2/3 times x minus x1, which is 3. Negative 2/3 times x is negative 2x over 3. Negative 2/3 times minus 3 is going to be plus 2. Add 2 to both sides. We've got y equals negative 2x over 3 plus 4. Plugging that into slope-intercept form, I would have had 2 equals 3 times negative 2/3 plus b. 3 times negative 2/3 is going to be negative 2. Add 2 to both sides. Then I have to replace b in my slope-intercept form. And again, I get the exact same answer. I know I'm going through some of these kind of fast, but I'm doing two versions. If you focus on one of them, you should be good to go. So now we want to write the equation of the line that's parallel. If lines are parallel, that means they have the same slope. So I need to have the slope, which is given to me right here. I should identify that. And then it goes through this point. So I could use either method. If I do y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, y minus 3 is equal to negative 4 times x minus 2. So y minus 3 is equal to negative 4x plus 8. Make sure you distribute that negative. Add 3 to both sides. Negative 4x plus 11. Again, I'm going to do it another way. So I could have had 3 is equal to negative 4 times 2 plus b. Add 8 to both sides to get 11 equals b. So we get this. Again, the part that people make the most mistakes on is they get to b, they solve for b, and they get excited that they're done, and then they don't write the equation of the line. You got to make sure you go back and plug it in. Okay, same thing here. My slope is given to me as 2. So y minus 3 is equal to 2 times x minus 2. Y minus 3 is equal to 2x minus 4. Y is equal to 2x minus 1. Or if I use slope-intercept form, I would have 3 is equal to 2 times 2 plus b. Notice that these 2's are because there are 2 different 2's that show up in the problem. It's not because we want them both to be the same. So 3 equals 4 plus b. So y equals 2x minus 1. All right, so there was just a bunch of example problems. Make sure you go through and try some of the homework problems before bringing it back to class. Hope everybody has a great day.